What's going on, everybody? It's Tom.
And it's Jamie. Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast.
The Chronicles of 2000 Trees 2024.
So I am Katie from Tigress.
And I am Sean, also from Tigress.
Oh, excellent, superb. How's your personal Thursdays treating you?
All right, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
I think so. I had some lunch and there was some coleslaw involved, and I don't like coleslaw, so I was a bit miffed. You know when you really don't like something, but it touches your other food, and you're like, oh man, and you're like, now I've got to pull bits off of that, and it's really annoying. So that's. Yeah.
Is that like when you get your beans, but they're not in a separate pot?
Yes, and then things are soggy.
And then it's
Beans can touch everything, as far as I'm concerned.
I love
Yeah.
beans. I'm okay with that, also touching everything, but not coleslaw.
What's the hatred for coleslaw anyway?
I hate mayonnaise-y stuff.
Okay.
Blech.
Yeah, I totally get it. I'm with you all the way. I'm a brown sauceman, so I'm with you.
very good.
It's,
a bit of brown sauce.
you just can't beat it. You just cannot beat it.
There you go. Well,
People tend to play safe and go for ketchup. No.
I do. I'm a ketchup girl, to be fair. Sorry.
Mayonnaise, I don't do brown sauce.
I just hate mayo. Do you know what? The thing is, I just really don't like white foods. I hate yogurt and stuff like that. It just reminds me of baby sick.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, everybody. I cannot even look at cottage cheese.
It's a bit like
I can't look at it. And there's this trend. People are all on TikTok why don't you make a wrap out of cottage cheese? And when you're swiping and you're just I didn't want to see that.
Yeah.
I saw someone make cookies out of cottage cheese yesterday.
No, what is wrong with them? That's disgusting. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful. So, are we looking forward to the set?
Yes, I am. I'm looking forward to set you.
Absolutely. Ready to go, mate.
Sweet.
Yeah, perfect. With a festival show, though, if people are, say, not familiar with yourselves, do you tend to just drop all the bangers where you would for a Tigress show?
Yes. Yeah, so we're doing 2 of our new songs because we've been pushing them pretty hard. And then we just go, what's got the most streams on Spotify? Let's just do that.
Yeah, nice. That's so easy.
That's basically what we do. And some stuff I'm like, really? I'm like, why are people streaming this? But okay, fine, we'll play that. So yeah, that's how it goes.
I just imagine you coming out now. We're going to play this one. We don't want to. We think it's shit, but you guys like it. Fuck it.
Basically, well, every band just loves what they've been doing recently.
Oh yeah.
So
the new stuff's always the best.
New stuff, but our new stuff is so much better. But for some reason, people just don't agree with me. I know.
Grow on people.
Whatever. Yeah, we'll see.
We never played them live, actually.
No,
It's
I know.
first time tonight.
There you go.
Exciting.
Today's the day.
Yeah.
So, us the podcast, we are ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Are you
cool.
aware of Sophie? I'm
Yes.
going to say that, yes.
Yeah.
We're asking people this weekend, is this something you've experienced yourself, being treated differently or stereotyped because being in this alternative community?
Personally, for me, no. I've never really had anything like that. So
I'm turned down at shows for having a female.
Oh, I mean,
What?
well, if you want to talk about the kind of F-bomb being female, then yes. But I would say but I would say okay, but for the whole just being into rock and stuff and the way you look and that, I've never been ridiculed for any of that. But yeah, the female thing, absolutely. We've had loads of shows being like, hey, no, because you've got a female singer, we can't have you. Yeah, no, legit.
Fuck.
But do you know what the most annoying thing is? That these emails are always you can't share this email. Basically, if you share it, you can't call anyone out on it. Basically, because you just get in trouble if you call anyone out for it. And there's literally been so you get these our booking agent will get a tour offer thing come in, but not an offer for us, but it will just be a general one that gets sent out to all of the booking agents, and it will say okay, whatever band, looking for strictly no female singers.
I don't understand.
Wow. Yeah, I know.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
I mean, well, yeah, neither do I.
Doesn't make sense.
I don't know whether it's just I don't know. I think there's still just that element of people thinking it's gimmicky and stuff like that. And I know
It's getting better. I mean, we've
It's
obviously
getting
been doing this for 10 years plus, probably.
Plus,
maybe.
yeah, the plus.
So it's definitely better.
Plus
But
a
when
few.
we first started, it would be like, you know, if there was a tour with another band that had a female singer, we'd have no chance of having getting on the tour.
So this is why, right? So basically, last year we did a tour with Evanescence, right? And Amy Lee is literally like the best human ever, and she actively like takes out female-fronted rock singers because she was like, she was like, listen, I was one, or she is one, but it's easy for Evanescence now because, you know, being Evanescence, but you know, she was just like, it's really difficult because so many people just don't take you seriously. And we had this conversation about, you know, like when they released like Bring Me to Life, and she, you know, she wasn't overly keen on having a male vocal on Bring Me to Life because she was like, I wrote this song and I think it's amazing, and record labels think it's amazing, but they did not believe that she could carry it on her own, which is insane, isn't it? Because like that song was and still is like insanely massive. So, you know, me and her like had just loads of conversations about it, and she just said she actively asks like, hey, are there any like women that I need to like support with, you know, offering them a support slot with us. And then she got sent 80 bands with female singers. She listened to every single one.
Legend.
I know.
Legend.
And she said she loved us and she loved Yonica. And so she took like them out for some shows, and then she took us out for some shows and stuff. And we just ended up like, yeah, becoming friends and stuff. And she was just telling me about it, and we just talking about the whole industry and everything. But it was a lot harder. But even for someone in that kind of position with that kind of following, it's still that hard.
That's
bonkers. It's crazy.
Tip my hat to you, Amy Lee.
Yeah, no, she's amazing. She's literally amazing. She's amazing. Yeah.
But just wondering, since what happened to Sophie happened,
yeah,
do you think it's got better for the alternative community? Do you think it's a more accepting world out there now for us?
Okay, my honest answer is yes, because currently it's like fashionable to look alternative. So everybody who would have previously ripped us for looking the way we look is now dressing the way we dress. So I have this like weird feeling about it, because there's a lot of people in our community who have always dressed the way we've dressed and who have been treated unfairly in the past, and now people are just like, oh, like you look cool kind of thing, because they're all trying to dress like us because it's fashionable. And like, but for us it's not fashion, it's like, it's a lifestyle, it's representative of the music we listen to. It's literally part of who we are. So I don't really like to see it. I know it is fashion, but I don't like to see it as like a fashion like statement or anything, because it's literally part of our personality. But there's a lot of people who are dressing like us now because it is said fashionable. So there's a lot of like, you know, like pop fans who are just dressing like their favorite bands are like metal bands, and you're like, this is really conflicting, because how is it now fashionable when somebody, you know, like Sophie had this like awful thing happen to them over the way that she looked. I don't understand it, and how, you know, maybe it wouldn't have happened to her now because people might have thought she looked cool because it's on trend. It's a pretty sick thing, to be honest with you.
It's upsetting how true that is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it really
like,
is.
I see so many influencers on social media, just like, yeah, dressing how we dress, but then like the music they play in the background of their videos is all like dance stuff, pop stuff, and I'm like, what is this? Like, like we're like, don't use us to be like fashion. Like, this is so much more for us. Like, you know, like having tattoos was always like, you know, people would like look at you like, oh my god, like, and they would always say the classic thing of like, what are you gonna, when you're old, what are you gonna, all this kind of stuff. But now like everybody's jumped onto like getting all the piercings, getting the tattoos, like having like the same haircuts, wearing the same clothes as us and stuff, and but they don't share the music taste. So it just feels very it just feels really wrong to me, if I'm honest with you. It doesn't really sit that well with me. But you know, like I would never like ridicule anyone for what they were wearing. It's just that we have obviously previously been ridiculed, and it's like, but now it's fashionable, so it's okay to do it. Yeah.
And the answer to the how would you look when you're old is cool as fuck.
Yeah, it is. It totally is. Like, and also like, who cares? Like, I am gonna look awful when I am like, however old I am, you know, lucky enough to make it to. I'm not gonna look great. So what difference does it make if I've got tattoos or not?
Exactly. But bringing it back to yourselves, you
on.
released the single "Free Fall" back in May.
Yeah.
How has that been? How has that been received?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, really good. Like we've had lots of love from like radio, and people have been really digging it. I love it as well, which is always a good thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I
I know. It's a new song, so remember, new songs are the best ones. I'm just really looking forward to playing it live and seeing how it goes down live. Or if everyone just looks at us like, can you just play that one song that we like? I'll be like, no, you got to sit through this first.
Obviously playing that last.
Yeah, that's last, so deal with it.
Incredible. Before we let you go, one
Yeah.
last thing. We were talking to our friend Ollie from Forever Loud.
Yeah.
He tells us you're doing an acoustic set in Hot Air Balloon. Did I hear that right?
Oh no, we've really got to do it now, haven't we? Okay, so I actually really love that idea.
Okay, so this isn't the thing. This is just something you're putting out into
Okay,
the
no,
atmosphere.
listen.
Okay.
This was an idea that just was born about half an hour ago.
Okay.
It was so basically it will be 10 years as a band next year, and then they were just like, what are you gonna do? And I said, are you gonna do a stunt or something? And I thought, I said the boys have done a bungee jump before, which was really fun, and then it was mentioned, oh, what about a hot air balloon? Do a gig in a hot air balloon? And I was like, I actually love that. So I might do that.
Do it. Definitely should.
I
really
would
down
love
for that now.
it because I've always wanted to go in a hot air balloon anyway. So why not do a gig in it?
Two birds, one
Oh my
stone.
god, a
Your face
beautiful
was saying,
sunset.
No, fuck no. No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
I'll be playing guitar on the ground, thanks. I'll be wireless.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how you're going to get a drum.
Yeah, but I'll be like over Kent or something, and you'll be like somewhere else. I'll be like, Sean, your signal has dropped out. It won't work. You have to be in it.
Just play really hard and loud.
I'll tell you what, we'll just get a lot of alcohol involved, and then you won't worry about the fear of death.
Or just shout the chords out.
Yeah. E minor.
Actually, no. Do you know what though? Sean did teach me to play guitar during the pandemic, so I'll just do it all myself.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
sweet.
So
I'll
lovely.
just do that.
Done.
Incredible.
I'm not that great though, but
Oh, rubbish.
I guess.
You got time to practice.
Yeah, I do.
Seriously, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so
Ah,
much.
good.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys later.
Yes.
See you later.
Yes.
Yes, love
Amazing.
it.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Oh, you looked hanging.
Hi, I'm Sal and I play guitar and vocals in Shooting Daggers.
I'm B. I play bass and backing vocals in Shooting Daggers.
I'm Raquel and I play drums in Shooting Daggers.
Incredible. Thank you so much for joining us. It's an absolute pleasure to have you all here. So, how's your Thursday treating you?
Good. Bit tired because we woke up like at 4 a.m.
Why?
because we came here this morning.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
We came from London this morning. So,
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Why didn't you come yesterday? Just because? Like.
I don't.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Did we practice yesterday? We actually practiced.
Okay. Should probably get this shit nailed down before we go down to a festival, so.
It's fine. We spent some time in the Marshall chilling.
Oh, nice.
And,
How was that?
I think we gathered
lovely.
some energies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very cozy.
Yeah.
They have coffee there, so.
They have coffee in there. Shit, I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have no milk, no sugar though. So just if you want an espresso, they have a machine. Hop, and
Oh,
It's a shame.
the dream. We're finishing soon, so we'll go down there. That's where we're going to live for the rest of today.
yeah.
So obviously, you've played already today, haven't you?
Yes.
Yes. How was that?
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was alright. It was-
No, that was good.
It's okay, I guess. No,
We play at 12:30 at the
Axiom, yeah.
stage, and it was pretty good. A lot of people there already. A few people that knew our lyrics. Yeah, that was pretty good.
It must be amazing when you get your lyrics like "stand back at you" and that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
People are vibing to it and everything else.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like I'm not used to it, but yeah, I love it though. It's really cute when they know the lyrics and stuff. And I'm like, wow, thank you. It's really nice. It's really nice of you.
Yeah. Getting like a lunchtime slot as well. Obviously, you're thinking, are people going to turn up? Is it going to be, But it's the first day of a festival and that sort of thing, so no one's hungover yet.
Exactly.
Apart from the people that were here yesterday, but so everyone's like ready to go. And Tree's such a family feel as well. It's like such a nice festival. So, for a Shooting Daggers show compared to a Shooting Daggers festival set? Do you change your set list up accordingly? So it's like people might not be so familiar with yourselves, so it's like drop all the bangers in for a festival show?
No, I think it depends on like the genre. Like if
Okay.
we play like for an emo crowd, we're gonna play emo songs. Like so we have like different genres almost like within our songs.
Yeah.
So like if we know it's gonna be hardcore, we're gonna do like more hardcore songs, and if we know it's gonna be kind of emo, more emo songs, and I don't know. And then we're just trying to make it make sense with whatever we're playing, basically. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, but the set we play today is more or less like the set we play generically, I guess. Majority of the song we play are from our latest album, and then we have 3 songs from that are old. But pretty much, yeah, that's our set list. Yeah.
Nice. Love it. So, as a podcast, we are ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Are you familiar with Sophie and her story? What happened?
So, I heard of it. None of us are from the UK, so.
No.
We weren't
Here, living none of us. Was it 2006?
2007.
None of us was living here.
So, yeah. A baby.
Yeah, I heard of it, but none of us were like super familiar with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, what it was, Sophie and her boyfriend were walking home from a night out, and they were walking through a park, and a group of guys basically attacked them and beat them, and Sophie lost her life.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend went into a coma. Fortunately, he survived, but his life's never been the same since. And this was all because they were goths. That's literally the only reason for it, the way they were dressed. That's why this happened. So we're just talking to people this weekend and basically finding out, have you guys ever been treated differently, had stereotypes put against you, just because you're part of this alternative community? Has this ever happened to you guys?
I'm from Spain, so in UK I have to tell not that much. Like I feel like people in UK don't judge the way you look. That
Or at least
hardly.
London.
Yeah. Oh, London. We are in London. Yeah, that's the thing. We live in London. It's not the UK. And I mean, it's okay, but it's not the same.
No, we know what you mean.
But when in Spain, it's true. When I was growing up, like everyone was looking at me on the streets because I was wearing black or I wasn't like a normie, and yeah, like that was my life since I moved. Like before I moved to UK, London.
Yeah.
We are talking about London. Yeah, in London. That's the thing. We live in London.
Yeah, I think living in London, you live in a bit of a bubble. You still get random kids shouting at you, emo.
Yeah.
Like they're like, okay.
Yeah. You're very observant, thank you.
I don't know what it is, but it happened a few times that just some random kids, maybe 14, 15, like emo. I was like, yes. Okay. But no, yeah, for me as well, I'm from Italy, from a town close to Venice, and as well, I had my little community of alternative friends, but yeah, it wasn't easy, for sure, it was always, even the parents, it was hard to explain, even just in the families, just explaining to your parents that that's just who you were and you weren't acting up or anything. That was hard in you as well.
Yeah, I remember because I'm from a small town in France, like from the high Alps, like a very small town. And I remember when I started becoming a punk, like dyeing my hair red and stuff, my mom was like, sit down, are you like becoming a goth? You need to tell me if you're becoming a goth. And I was like, Mom, leave me alone. Like I was like 13 or something. I was like, okay. But she was just worried. She was like, what is this? Because in my city, like no one was alternative, like almost. Like it was no one, maybe 20 kids or something, you know.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was definitely, from where I'm from, it's kind of weird. Even today to be like alternative, like no one is alternative there. And yeah, like everyone was calling me a goth, and I was not a goth because I was a punk with a red mohawk, and I was taking it very personally. I was like, I'm not a goth, I'm a punk. It's very different.
You're going to stop to get it right.
Yeah. I'm not wearing black. I'm wearing like those red trousers. I don't know how they're called. Like,
It's like, if you're going to hurl abuse at me, can you at least get your labels correct?
exactly. I was very offended.
Yeah, when I go back to Italy now I still feel it though.
Yeah, me too.
Like, cause I go to my town and I walk around my town, everyone stares at me. Everyone. Still.
That's jealousy for you.
I'm from Madrid.
Yeah,
that is the capital of Spain. Like, I'm not coming from a small town, and still everyone looks at you if you are different. Yeah, it's not like in London.
Yeah, and it's even harder because you come back from London where you forgot for a second that you were different, because everyone is different in London.
Yeah.
And then you go back to your town and you're like, fuck.
fuck. Exactly. Also, no one looks at you in London. No one gives a shit. Like, no one cares how you dress up. Like, no one cares. And then you go back to your city or your country and you feel like a tourist in your own country. Like, oh wow, I'm actually a Londoner now. I realized, like, I became a Londoner. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah.
But if you're looking now in the modern climate, 2024, looking back to when you guys were growing up and you were having this, do you think it's got better for the people in the alternative community, or is still a lot of work to do, do you think?
I think it got better where I'm from, because now when I go back to my hometown, I see a lot of alternative kids. I don't know if they're listening to any heavy music, but they have like piercings, like dyed hair.
Tattoos. It's so common to have tattoos now.
Yeah.
Before it was like, oh,
Exactly.
you're a criminal.
So it's good because now, like, I feel like everyone is listening to heavy music nowadays, but I think it's just kind of a trend that people like to dress alternative today, and I think it's great because.
Yeah, I don't care if it's trend, if that makes us
Exactly.
like accept it a bit more.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone is allowed to look cool. They don't have to listen to cool music.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
So your guys' album came out in February. What's the reception to the album been like? Is it still riding the high from that?
Yeah. I think it's been very good. Yeah. We really loved the album. So we were really happy that people liked it as much as we did. Yeah, got great reviews, a lot of press. What else? Yeah, really happy. Yeah, really happy. Yeah. No, it's true, and it still keeps going. Like people still tag us on like the favorite album of the year, or like that they just buy it. Our label is very happy as well. I think they almost sold out of the vinyls of the first pressing, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, no, we're really happy. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Good.
That is amazing.
Proud.
Guys, thank you so much for taking the time out to sit and chat to us. It really means the world. Really appreciate you taking the time out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Enjoy your
Thank
weekend,
you.
indeed.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
My name is Meryl Streek and I'm from Dublin, Ireland.
This song goes out to me Uncle Paddy. And you'll always be missed. You'll always be...
Oh, an Irishman. We love it. Absolutely incredible. How was your personal Thursday treating you?
Oh, it was great, yeah. I'm happy it's done, but I'm happy how it went. I thought it was great, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
So I find that Trees is always a nice big family atmosphere as well, so it's like, was the turnout quite decent and that sort of
man,
thing?
the tent was wedged. My friends couldn't even get into it, so I was
No
like,
way!
Yeah, they couldn't get in. Beautiful.
Oh, we love it.
And it was the same at Bearded Theory, man. Like, I was backstage, field was empty, and then at like 2 minutes to go time, I looked out and it was just a sea of Meryl Streek t-shirts. It's mad, you know?
It must be an amazing feeling seeing that sort of thing.
Yeah, but what's so weird about it is, man, I go and do those gigs, and then I go back to my mom's spare bedroom. That's 8 by 8, 6 by 6 foot, you know, and I'm just at home, and it's just bizarre, you know what I mean? It's like, it's weird. Yeah, but like, look, I'm grateful, you know?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely superb. I mean, for a festival show, though, compared to like a Meryl Streek show, say, would you change the set list up accordingly? Kind of, it's like people are not familiar with yourself.
No, I don't really know, because, for my gigs, I tend to do a lot more kind of the darker personal songs about, you know, about the odd kid being murdered and stuff like that, you know,
okay.
so, yeah, I try keep it as upbeat as I can for the festivals, but it doesn't really change that much, really. The only thing that does change is the lighting, that's about it. Because I play in the dark with my own gigs, you know.
Do you?
I just use a flashlight, man, on stage, that's it. I swing a flashlight strobe around and that's it, you know. So when I'm exposed to the light, it's quite weird.
Is that an Irish thing, or is that...
No, I just, yeah. Do you know what it was, man? I remember I had 15 years playing in bands, and we used to rock up to the venues, go, what type of lights do you have? Well, we don't have any. It's like, for fuck's sake. So with this, I was like, I wanted to have control of that, you know?
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And now they're like, what sort of lights you got? They go, oh, we got this, didn't you? For fuck's sake.
Man, I sported kneecap in the Barrowlands last year. I rocked into the Barrowlands with my mobile phone ready to be plugged in for the backing track and a strobe torch. And that was the Barrowlands. And they loved it. They were just like, this is absolutely incredible, you know? So yeah.
We don't have to do nothing.
Yeah, they didn't. They actually didn't, you know?
So, as a podcast, we are ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Are
Okay.
you aware of Sophie and the
I'm
story?
not at all, no.
So basically, in 2007, Sophie was walking through a park with her boyfriend, and she was beaten by a bunch of kids and murdered simply because she was a goth. That was
Mad.
literally no rhyme
What
or
year
reason.
was that?
Was it 2007. That was literally the only reason for it. She lost her life. Her boyfriend, unfortunately for him, survived. He was in a coma for quite a while, but yeah, she lost her life simply because she was a goth.
Mad.
That's it. There's no other reason for it.
What age is she?
Pardon?
What age?
She was,
19, 20.
yeah,
Mad,
19,
okay.
20, I think that's but yeah, very young, and it's absolutely disgusting and heartbreaking. Is this, being part of this alternative community though, is this something you've ever had to deal with yourself, being treated differently, stereotypes or anything like that?
I'm from one of the roughest areas in Dublin, yes.
Well, there you
I
go.
was wearing ripped jeans and had mohawks when I was 15, and yeah, it was quite tough, man. And then all the people that gave me a hard time all seemed to have ripped jeans and fucking all that shit. But man, what you just explained to me there is what the next album is about. I got a lot of songs about very similar stories. It's a kid called Terence Wheelock who was murdered by the police in Ireland 20 years ago. His family waiting 20 years for justice, and it's heartbreaking. So there's a lot of... The new album is out in October. It's called Songs for the Deceased, and it's about exactly what you've just described, yeah. So I made an album basically for people seeking justice for the same type of situations, you know.
Wow.
They framed it as suicide, you know what I mean? And
what?
That's it, yeah. Mad.
Fair play.
Wow. Like, yeah, like Tom's just said, fair play, bringing.
Well,
that
no,
message
it
out
has to
there.
be done, man. I'm not like I did 15 years playing in bands. I'm sick of the music industry. I hate it. I hate everyone. Do you know what I mean? And this just gives me a glimmer of hope that if you get out there and speak your mind and just tell stories that are on your mind, that's it, you know.
Absolutely. But looking back, like from when you were growing up, and back even when what happened to Sophie, do you think it's got better for people in the alternative community, or are those struggles still out there?
I think it's gotten a lot better, to be honest. I do. My heart goes out to maybe the trans community and stuff like that, because I think they're kind of fighting the same battle that maybe I did 20 years ago, just for wearing pink cons or some shite like that. But I do think it's gotten a lot better, or maybe I'm just getting a little older. Things change when you get older as well. But yeah, look, it's tough, you know, it is, and I just find it so patronising that those fuckers that are doing the bullying are 20 years behind on style and stuff, you know. Yeah. But I'd like to think it gets better, you know. But again, I'm older now, so I'm angrier as well. So they leave me alone, you know. Actually, man, when that album came out, everyone in my area started giving me bigger bags of weed. You know what I mean? I was just like, I should have released this album fucking 20 years ago. Yeah, it's mad.
Well, speaking of releases, early this month you did release a single, Paddy. How's it gone down?
It's gone down really well. It has, really, really well. The reception's been great, and I've been playing that song for a year. So I mean, I've hit a lot of hearts with that, singles on the tours, and the only thing, and I hate even saying this, man, because I hate saying it, but fucking Spotify have just ignored me completely, you know. And I find it so mad that I can't even give them a fucking song for free. Do you know what I mean? Like, but other than that, man, it's been great. It's been really nice, yeah.
Well, so, but you are also heading on a headline tour in November, I believe.
November, yeah.
How excited are we for that?
I'm excited. I can't wait. I honestly can't wait to get back out and I like touring consistently. I was quite nervous today, and I never get nervous, but it's because I haven't played since last month, so I don't really like breaks. I like just going for it, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's always nice though, because it shows that you still give a shit.
Oh man, I give a shit. And you know what, man? It's I spoke too soon. I give a shit because these stories are refreshing my rage and my hope in the future, you know. So yeah, another tour, round 3 maybe.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, no, thank you.
It's been an
Cheers.
absolute
Nice one, lads.
Love it, and wish you all the best.
Yeah, cheers. Nice one. Thank you.
Take it easy.
I am Barry Dolan. I sing in the band called Gallus.
I'm Amy Nunes. I play guitar in the band of the same name.
Best intro I think we've ever had. Perfect. How was your personal Thursday treating you guys?
Personal Thursday?
Yeah.
It was a personal
Your
Thursday.
personal, as in your personal Thursday?
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Personal Thursday, was that a thing?
Is it a trend? It's going good. We wanted to arrive here earlier so we could do a bit of cutting about the festival, hopefully see Dead Pony. And
coming from Scotland doesn't really allow for that though, sadly. We had to leave yesterday at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we stopped
to get here for 2.
So we're doing this, and then hopefully once we played, we can get a little bit of a tour of the place, and then we can drive back to Glasgow.
Love it. So would you come? So you travelled last night, was that?
Yeah, travelled last night, and we're travelling all the way back tomorrow. Tonight after we play.
We've got Transmit at the weekend. People have work and weddings and stuff to go to, so it's a shame we can't kick them out because everyone keeps telling us how amazing this festival is.
Yeah.
And we're going to be I think the press bit is the only bit we're actually going to see.
Oh, fuck. Well, we'll keep it short and sweet so you can get out there and have a little look around and that sort of thing.
Take your time, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. Please.
Yeah. And let us stay all weekend. Get you on the Wednesday, you can stay all weekend. Yeah, that'd be great. Excited for your set later?
Really excited. Yeah, we've had a lot of very good shows this year. We've been we've got 2 new members in the last 2 years, but this is the first time in this run we've really locked in, and a new version of the band is really showing.
Yeah, we're debuting some new music in it. We're debuting some new music at this set, so that's sort of fun at Gallus sets. It always feels like it's on the very edge of going wrong. That's where excitement is in live music, though. It needs to be like you're on the edge of everything falling apart. So debuting some new music, so hopefully that same energy is in the performance.
It might not be good, but it'll be a laugh. That's just what Gallus shows up. It's actually funnier when it goes wrong.
Yeah. That's better when it happens.
Exactly.
For festival shows, though, compared to a gala show, do you change the set list up accordingly? So some people might not be so aware of yourselves, so you put all the bangers in instead?
Aye, we do. For this one, we've subbed out an album song for an older song, which is a bit heavier and faster, just because it's kind of more of a rock festival.
Yeah.
And it's a 40-minute set, so it needs to be a lot of haymakers in as little time as possible if you want. So, so we do mix it up depending on what kind of, I don't know I hate the word, but what the vibe of the vibe is.
So us as a podcast, we are ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Are you aware of Sophie and her story?
We are not. Please tell us though.
Basically, in 2007, Sophie was walking through a park with her boyfriend late at night, and they were jumped by about 4 or 5 kids, and Sophie never woke up. So we put in a coma and never woke up. She lost her life, and her boyfriend also, but he luckily survived. And literally, this happened because they were goths. That was it.
Really?
There was no rhyme or reason. They just walked through a park on the way home after a night out and were beaten to death because she was a goth. So what we're trying to do is speak to people, because we're all of the alternative community here, is basically asking if you've ever experienced being treated differently or had stereotypes put against you just because you listen to this sort of music.
I was kind of like a secret goth at school. So I was into all my metal music, all like heavier music, loved it.
Megadeth was your favourite?
Megadeth, my favourite band of all time, Slayer, all that, adored them. But I tried to dress as plain as I can. I didn't hang out with goths. I didn't try and be part of that sort of subculture for fear of being called a goth and just getting a hard time because it's horrible. And you know what the weird thing is? There was boys I used to hang out with, I used to jam with. A guy who was an incredible drummer, who was same favourite band to me. They'd hang out in the music rooms and play Pantera and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He was like quite a popular kid, and we'd done that for a couple of years, and he kept it secret that we did that. And after we got to a certain age, like 15, 16, he just kind of like pretended that he was never really into that. There is a mad stigma around just sort of belonging to a subculture like that. It's really sad because it stops people like that guy could have stayed as a musician, and you know,
really good
people could have felt more comfortable. And in the worst case scenario, people lose their lives over it. It's really horrible that there's that kind of mistreatment of people who just want to dress how they are, be who they are.
Yeah, it's really sad. Yeah, horrible. I was actually on the other side of it. I was, admittedly, I don't know if I can swear in this podcast. I was the absolute arsehole as a child. Like in primary school and high school, and it took my cousin was like a very visible goth. Like, had really long hair. Went into school with like nail polish and like long trench coats. And we went to a different school, but I was probably like of the sort of group of kids that would be making fun of that and stuff. And then my cousin, like, at his other school, got like beat up at school every day because of it, and that was my experience as a child to step away and go, what the fuck? I love my cousin, like he doesn't deserve that just from the way he dresses. And then that sort of actually got me into that music as a child, like just seeing that, and I was like, this doesn't matter, like it doesn't matter what this, and it is, again, as you were saying, it's horrible that it can get to the very worst.
There is a broader point of there's a broader point of just like live and let live. Don't, book by its cover and all that. But unfortunately, like, kids can be so incredibly tribal and horrible to something that seems even a wee bit different. But I always say, like, people hate the thing, not the thing that's radically different to them, but something that is like too similar to them. So like, people might look at like goth or alternative kids and be like, "I fucking hate them," whatever, and like, want to give them a hard time. But what they're basically seeing is a bunch of young people dressing the same way and having a similar taste in music, which is what the universal experience is of being a teenager. It's not that they're different. It's just like they're just a wee bit different. But
But do you think that now, like bringing it to the now modern age, it's got better, a bit easier for these alternative kids that are growing up today? Or do you reckon it's still like a big problem?
I genuinely think it's weirdly cooler to be into like heavy metal music. I was as we went into high school, I got into sort of heavier music, and I remember being quite into Bring Me the Horizon, and I'd get like, it was kind of joyful the way I get slagged for liking songs of these bands and through my group of pals. But I used to get absolutely slaughtered it in a very jovial way. And then these people that slag me off in school are going to see them in these arenas and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Years later, like, it's mental. Like,
something I noticed. Something I noticed was that see everything that you got slagged for. Like I said, I was like a secret goth, but I still like wore Vans or whatever. I was just like pretty, subtle about it. Something I noticed was that everything that I got slagged for in first and second year, everyone was doing it by fifth year. Do you remember those like slip-on Vans got super popular, and then everyone started doing it? And I feel like that's kind of, that's probably going to be like an eternal cycle. Do you know what I mean? They're slagging you for it in first year, they're all going to be doing it in fifth year, and you'll be like that, or sixth form, whatever it is you call it, and you'll be like that when you're older. It's like, I fucking started this trend. So, yeah.
Or you'll be like, you've only just got into that. Oh, it's so old now. It's not cool anymore.
The Gods and the Trailblazers it's like you're seeing people in the new metal jeans and all that, like sort of like really baggy jeans coming into style and stuff like that, getting Vans, like band t-shirts and stuff, like be a part of this like sort of influencer trend nearly. Using the Trailblazers of everything.
Absolutely, completely. Bringing it back to you guys. Obviously, you released your single. Wash your. Couldn't read my handwriting. Wash your hands back in favour. Yeah, that's the one.
Wally.
Why don't you keep doing this?
Let's try it again. You released your single, Wash Your Hands.
Wash your wounds.
Wounds!
It's not the COVID times, fucking hell. You should brand new single, Wash Your Wounds, in February. How was the? I know it's obviously been well received.
It gets very well received live, which is great. And we had the amazing Tina Sandwich jump on the track, who was going to take the world by storm, surpass us by tenfold in the future. A very good talent, and really happy with the song, really happy with how folk dig it live.
We're quite excited to get it out as well, because we wrote it just before our album came out, and then I feel like we sort of tapped into a new kind of sound we want to do, and then the album came out and we were like, I want to release a song right now. And then we were like to our label, can we release this? And they were like, absolutely not, your album came out 2 months ago. Why would you do that?
So bands get asked, oh, what's your best stuff? You go, and then they normally go, oh, it's what we just released. You're like, wait a little bit, and you'll hear it.
Pretty much, yeah. So it was fun. We were very excited to bring it out in February. We released it at the start of a Scottish tour. Went down really good, and there's going to be a lot more stuff in that vein soon. So
perfect. Well, we're looking forward to it, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Absolute pleasure. Mary, thank you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, man. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too, man. Thank you.
Hello, I am Daniel and I play guitar and sing in Blank Atlas.
My name's Thomas and I play drums and I sing in Blank Atlas.
Lovely. Pleasure to have you on the show, boys. Thank you so much for joining us on this final day of Trees.
Pleasure.
Hope the rain has subsided, thank God, so we can actually enjoy the old festival. But how is your personal Saturday treating you?
Great.
Just got out of bed, to be honest.
Yeah, I literally got out of bed like 15 minutes ago. I heard it raining, but I'm staying in bed.
That makes. Are you managing to sleep right here?
Actually, had a great night's sleep last
night.
night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Even the silent disco and everything.
Yeah, I'm quite a deep sleeper.
I'm jealous. There's literally this sudden noise. I'm like, right, okay, cool. Obviously, it's time to do something.
I'm the sort of person where I have literally 20 alarms on my phone, and they all got every 10 minutes.
Oh, dude, I couldn't think of anything fucking worse.
And they still wake me up. I need 3 alarms go off at the same time to wake me up.
You need or a loud, just a really fucking loud siren or something.
I think I've got one that says it's as loud as a chainsaw. And then that sometimes doesn't get me up.
That's insane.
I used to put my alarm the other side of the room, so I'd have to get out of bed to
I
turn
do that
it
as
off.
well, yeah.
But then it's the willpower to not get back into bed.
He's put every measure in place and it still doesn't work.
Yeah.
Or I'll just be click it, go right back to bed.
I just, God forbid that there's ever a house fire or anything, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about a fire alarm? Will that wake you up?
Yeah. Yeah.
He says with 100% confidence.
Yeah, I mean, also the weird thing about fire alarm is that my house, all my phones keep going off all the time, when it's not a fire. So I'll just stay in bed anyway. It's fine, it's just broken. Just hope for the best.
I'll burn a bit, it'll be fine. Burn a bit.
Smoke? No.
Oh, love it. How was your set, boys?
Really good. We played at 10:30 in the morning, which is savage, but it was full from the start, which was
That's
great.
incredible. Does that ever concern you slightly when you look at the set list and you're like, set time, and you think, that's fucking early?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
The only other good thing is that we didn't clash with anyone.
Which is a big win. And I also find with trees is that a lot of people just go, they'll be hanging out their ass no matter how tired they are. They'll go, fucking blank that, that's around 10:30, I'll go watch that. Yeah. Everyone wants to check out new music, which is amazing.
True. But yeah, it went really well. There was more or less full the whole time. People were singing the words. It was crazy. It was really good.
That was
top tier.
Superb. We love that. But compared to a Blank Atlas show, to a Blank Atlas festival set, do you change the setup accordingly? So if people aren't so familiar with yourself, say they want to drop all the bangers in?
It's basically the same set. We did the same set in a different gig we did the week before that, and it went well.
Well, we kind of know what the trees vibe is. We got certain songs in the set that are a bit long or drags on a bit. I thought, no, we need a set full of bangers really, and sing-alongs with the odd riff. So I think that's what we did for the set.
Yes. I agree.
So, as a podcast, we're ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Are you familiar with Sophie's story in the foundation?
Yeah.
So, when we're talking to bands this weekend, we're basically just asking, being part of this alternative family that we are all here, have you ever been treated differently, had stereotypes put upon you, just because you listen to this sort of music or the way you dress, whatever it might be?
Well, you did that. People in school used to call you emo kid, didn't they?
Yeah. Because I had a fringe.
Just because he had a fringe. That is literally it.
I had a fringe. It was long. And that's about it.
Full.
It wasn't even full emo.
It was pretty long. It was
It wasn't. I didn't dye my hair black or anything. But yeah. It was petty things.
Yeah. What about yourself? Does that happen to you?
I used to, when I was in school, I had a Mohican.
Oh, amazing.
Which I thought was pretty cool. But
no one else did.
No one else did. But it's fine. It's fine, my mate.
But obviously, when we were in school and what happened to Sophie was back in 2007. Now we're fast forward to 2024. Do you think it's easier for kids to be part of this alternative crowd now, or is there still a lot of work to be done? Do you reckon?
I think people are always going to pick on people, but it seems like people don't really care about genres anymore. People all listen to everything. Bands like Sleep Token are basically pop and metal.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like people are more likely to like that sort of music now, so they're not gonna maybe pick them out. But
yeah, it used to be back in the day. If you liked rock music, the people that like rock music or pop music were quite separate, weren't they? But now the lines are kind of blurred, aren't they? So I feel like that's probably good. I don't know because I'm an old man, but I hope not in school anymore. I like to think that it's a little less savage these days.
Like you're saying with the lines, but I genuinely think when Ed Sheeran did that song with Bring Me the Horizon,
yeah, exactly,
that opened so many doors for groups of people to be like, I like that music, I like that music, let's be friends.
Yeah, probably a lot of the people who are popular now, like Ed Sheeran, grew up when Busted were big, and
yes,
they're probably a gateway band that got them into Fight Star, Bring Horizon, all those sort of bands. So yeah,
absolutely.
So you guys released your single Hope back in June now. Are we still riding the high? How's that gone down?
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, we've not really had much of a chance to play it, to be honest. Like, we played it for the first time like a couple of weeks ago. So I think we played on Thursday during our set was the third time we played it. Third or fourth time we played it. So yeah, it's really fresh in the set. So it's fun. It's a very fun song with lots of nice riffs and choruses. And yeah, we just thought we'd add a song to the album a year later, because why not? Why not?
Why the fuck not, indeed. Love it.
It just fits so well. Yeah, people like it. They were surprised how many people like it. And yeah.
Why are you surprised?
I don't know. I think it's like sometimes when people announce like, oh, this is a bonus track of this album.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's not a proper single. Do you know what I mean? But it's gone out well, and I like it. People do. So
I did notice as well that you did a podcast in your van.
Yes.
The Guffcast.
Guffcast, yeah. And obviously, who was driving?
It's still, Daniel drives.
You were driving.
I drive only because I don't know how to set it up.
Oh, okay.
He does. Yeah, Tony always asks, why do you? They always ask me, why do you all the driving? I was like, no, I don't.
I would like to confirm that I do half the driving. It's just that the other half we're doing Guffcast.
So what made you want to do the Guffcast exactly? What?
Well, I think we always wanted to do a podcast, and our bassist, who's not here, we can't pin him down surprisingly. Well, he's not here, so there you go. So the only time we could get him was in the van en route to gigs. So we just had to do it in the van. And now it's just the format. We can't do anything else now.
I mean,
it'd be wrong if we did it outside the van now.
Yeah, just like static. Yeah, just like this feels weird.
We did think about it. Thought,
It has to be in the van now.
Oh, incredible!
Happy accident.
Well, it's just wonderful stuff, boys. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We massively appreciate it, and enjoy your final day of Trees.
Thank you. Let's have
Thank you so much.
I'm Anna, and I'm from Dead Pony.
Wonderful. Just quickly, how's Liam doing?
He's good.
Yeah?
Did you see the X-ray?
No.
So we released a T-shirt with his X-ray on it. Yeah, we put it out last night, and people are going bananas for it. But he's fine. He's like in a sling.
Yeah.
But he's going to be grand. He said he'll be back playing bass in 4 weeks.
Okay. Do you mind me asking how he did it?
He was just being a bit silly, and he was on like a bicycle. You know those bicycle things you can like attach your bike to like lock it up?
Yes, yeah.
He was jumping from like one to the other and like fell off.
Oh, no
and
way.
Just, like, whacked his arm, and it was like, honestly, it was like that. It was awful. Like,
oh, you silly sausage.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's bring it to yourselves. How's your personal Thursday going?
What?
How's your personal Thursday? How's your day?
Great, yeah. We just played a sick show on the main stage.
Yeah.
Had a Greg's for breakfast.
Oh, elite. What'd you have?
I had a sausage roll and a cookie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I had a bit of melon. And yeah.
As you do.
It's great. Yeah.
Excellent.
I almost felt like the melon was a lie, but like, I just said I had a sausage roll and a cookie. I had fruit.
No, I did. I had fruit. I had some melon.
Superb. Obviously, you played last night as well in the forest, which was absolutely incredible, my take, because we missed you last year due to doing this. So I was like buzzing that you're playing on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So obviously you played twice now. How's it all been? How's
oh
it
my
all
god, it was so good. We didn't know what to expect with the forest stage. I'd heard that it was like one of the best stages, but I was like in the middle of a forest. But it was unbelievable. The crowd were like popping off, and it's the first crowd that we've had at a festival where they've been singing along like every word.
That must be amazing.
Just, like, amazing.
Yeah.
And then the main stage was the exact same. Thousands of people just like singing along. It was unbelievable.
Oh. I mean, it's incredible because you've come since we spoke to you last year. You've come leaps and bounds.
Oh, totally,
like it's absolutely amazing to see the growth that you've had.
Yeah.
So now you've got an album out as well with set lists from a Dead Pony show to maybe a festival. Obviously, people may be a bit more familiar with yourself, but do you just drop all the bangers still for festival shows to bring those new people in?
Pretty much, yeah. A lot of singles, but also like some of the kind of older songs, like 23 Never Me. That's like a total fan favourite. We can't like not play that.
Yeah.
But yeah, total bangers and just like songs that we know represent the band and like how we want to sound. But we also do a cover of Voodoo People, like the Pendulum remix of Voodoo
yes.
People.
Nice.
We opened to that, and Pendulum and The Prodigy are one of our favourite bands.
Yeah.
So to open with that song is just like amazing.
Did you see Pendulum on tour earlier in the year?
I seen them at Pink Pop Festival.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Over in the Netherlands, we were playing, and then they were playing later on in the evening. So we went and seen them, and it was unbelievable. We actually bumped into them, and I was like so starstruck. I was like,
I was going to say, well, I saw them in Birmingham, but you fucking topped me on that one.
Yeah. They're great live.
They were
Yeah,
superb.
amazing.
They really were. So, us as a podcast, we are ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess you're familiar with the story then.
Yeah.
Is this something you've experienced yourself, being treated differently, or had a stereotype thought about you just from being in this alternative community?
I think now in my life, not so much, because I deliberately surround myself with people who are of a similar mindset to me. But growing up, I definitely had a bit of a tough time because I was always a bit alternative, a bit emo. Like I had piercings and tattoos and, you know, pink hair and, you know, all these things. And like growing up in Glasgow especially, it's kind of difficult because people kind of are a bit cruel and kids are cruel. So yeah, when I was growing up, I definitely had a tough time, but I think that the older I've gotten, I've kind of like learned to surround myself with people who are the same as me, and like there's nothing better than coming to a festival like this.
Yeah.
And it's literally just full of like-minded people, and it's so like welcoming and accepting of everybody.
Absolutely. We've found that a lot of people have said, when I was younger, yes, but nowadays I just don't spend time with any people like that. So it is about protecting the youth, I think, from this now. But looking at it, like from when you were younger, when what happened to Sophie, looking at the youth of today, do you think it's got better for them?
I think in some ways it has. I think that like there's a whole conversation happening now around like gender identity and sexuality and LGBTQ+, and like I think that that's a very like open conversation that children are allowed to have now, whereas when I was growing up, people got bullied for you know, just their sexuality and things like that. However, I do think that with the wake of like TikTok and like short stream videos, there's also this like all kind of right like movement, like Andrew Tate and things like that like push a kind of like alt-right message particular to young kids, and these messages are so much more accessible for kids now, whereas it would take a lot of people years and years to fall down those rabbit holes. So I think it's like totally, it's like hard to judge. I think that like in some ways we're more accepting of people who are, you know, kind of fall out of the mainstream norm, but I think in other ways we're more judgmental.
Yeah, it's this weird thing with social media, and especially TikTok, like you say, it's like a lot more people have a voice. So yes, a lot more people can go, I'm alone. No, you're not. And then at the same time you can go, I'm alone. Yeah, you're right, you are, you freak. Like it's weird. It gives those two parts of an added voice. It's a very weird.
Sure.
I'm so glad I'm not young now, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know, me too. Yeah, me too. I'm just like, I feel so sorry for kids now, like.
Yeah, I'd hate to be growing up now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Snapchat and everything
Yeah.
like that, and people filming, people getting the shit kicked out of them.
I know, awful. Yeah, awful. Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible. But bringing it back to yourself, obviously you released your album in April. What's the reception been like? How's it been?
It's been great. We released the album while we were on tour with Kid Capiche, like around the UK.
Nice.
So we were getting to play the album tunes to like their fans every night, and like also our fans, and it was just like amazing. Like it just feels so good because we've worked on this album for like, it took us like a year and a half to like really complete it and like get it out there, and like it's just the most gratifying thing to like have this. It's almost like our baby, you know, like we have our baby. I gave birth to this album.
I was going to say, you had a proper look of proud mama bear then as you're talking about it.
Yeah, I know, I'm so proud. Yeah, I'm like my little child.
Go be free.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it feels like. I'm like, okay, you're off on your own now. I've done all I can.
Oh, Anna, thank you so much. We've had an absolute
Thanks
blast
for
talking to you
having
again.
me.
It really means the world.
Yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, nice to see you again. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Take care.